You are looking at likely the largest hailstone to ever fall in the state of Colorado. It fell out of the sky near the Kansas border back on August 8th. And joining me now to talk about it, climatologist Russ Schumacher, the director of the Colorado Climate Center. First, tell me more about this stone and ultimately how we get to the title, likely the largest hailstone ever to fall in Colorado.
Yeah, so this hailstone fell in Yuma County, so between Kirk and Idalia on August 8th. It was the same storm, that really intense supercell thunderstorm that produced the strong tornado near Yuma. So the storm chaser found it, did his best to preserve it, took a really good measurement, as you see in the picture. So what we most likely are going to do is use that original picture, because it was a very careful measurement that showed it as a diameter of 5¼ inches, and use that as the new record. But it won't supplant the Bethune stone for the weight or the circumference, which when we measured it yesterday, it didn't quite top those values.
Your work is in climate longer term. Are we seeing more large hail and more hail in general than in Colorado?
So the records show that we are, but that's also complicated because hailstones melt, right? And so you need somebody to be there to collect it and preserve it. So the records kind of show this uptick, but it's really hard to pick apart how much of that is from actually storms changing and producing bigger hail versus just there being more people around and more people who are actually out there trying to find these big hailstones. One thing we do know is that damage from hail is going up. And that also relates to the fact that there are, population in Colorado has grown. We're building more structures in more places. There's more things out there to be hit. So I think even if the storms themselves aren't changing all that much, we're going to continue to see rises in impact and damage from hail, because there's more stuff out there to be hit. So, of course, we're looking at roofs and cars that people that probably immediately comes to mind, but of course also huge impacts on agriculture in eastern Colorado, because one big hailstorm can take out a lot of crops.
And even in the Denver metro area, it doesn't take a 5-inch plus hailstone to do damage to my car or my roof. And then I'm calling my insurance company as well. Russ, thanks so much for the time and the explanation. Some fascinating stuff about giant chunks of ice falling from the sky.
Thanks for having me.